Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Assembly. So this morning is our usual celebration assembly, but there's a story that I want to share with you first, and it's a very simple story called One. And as we read it, I think you'll understand why I thought this was an appropriate story to read this week, especially as it's been Anti-Bullying Week. So let me just get my screen ready and I'll start to share the story with you. Okay, so the story is called One. Blue was a quiet colour. He enjoyed looking up at the sky, floating on the waves, and on days when he felt daring, splashing in rain puddles. Every once in a while, he wished he could be more sunny like yellow, or bright like green, or more regal like purple, or outgoing like orange. But overall, he liked being blue, except when he was with Red. Red was a hothead. He liked to pick on Blue. Red is a great colour, he'd say. Red is hot, blue is not. Then Blue would feel bad about being blue. Sometimes Yellow comforted Blue. Blue is a very nice colour, she'd say. But Yellow never said that in front of Red. She never said, "Stop picking on Blue." Green, purple and orange thought Blue was nice too, but they never told Red to stop either. Every time Red said something mean and no one spoke up, he got bigger and bigger and bigger. Soon, Red grew so big that everyone was afraid of him. No one dared stop him. Red picked on all the colours, and then everyone felt a little blue. Until One came. He had a different shape, with bold strokes and squared corners. He was funny. He made the colours laugh. Red saw this and got very hot. "Stop laughing," he told Yellow. "Stop laughing," he told Green. "Stop laughing," he told Purple and Orange. And they did. Red rolled up to One. "Stop laughing," he told him. But One stood up straight like an arrow and said, "No." Red was mad, but One wouldn't budge. So Red rolled away. One turned to the colours and said, "If someone is mean and picks on me, I, for one, stand up and say no." Then Yellow felt brave and said, "Me too." Green agreed and said, "Me 3. Then Purple became 4 and Orange became 5. Blue saw the colours change. He wanted to count. Red grew hot. He felt left out. He grew hotter and hotter and hotter. Red raced over to Blue and said what he always said. "Red is hot and blue is not." But this time, Blue stood up tall and became 6. "Red can be really hot," he said, "but blue can be super cool." Red blew a fuse and tried to roll over Blue. But everyone took a stand and said no. Seeing them stand tall made Red feel very, very, very small. Then Red turned even redder and began rolling away. Blue called out, "Can Red be hot and Blue be cool?" Red stopped in his tracks. "Red can count too," said one. Red rocked and rolled and turned into 7. "Everyone counts," they shouted. Then Red laughed and joined the fun. Because sometimes it takes just one. It took just one person to stand and say no for anything to change in that story. If one hadn't come along and stood up to Red and just said no, the other colours wouldn't have had the confidence to do it either. Sometimes it takes just one. And think about how the numbers and the colours were transformed around him. From one saying no, all the colours changed, including Red, who was then able to join in the fun and be a part of their group and be happy. The only time we really see Red happy is at the end when he's become 7. He's certainly not happy when he's shouting at the other numbers, when he's being horrible to Blue. He's not happy until the end when he changes. And he can only change because somebody stands up to him and says no. Have a think about that and what that might mean for you. Perhaps if you see someone who's being mean and horrible, you need to be the one to stand up and say no. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and we're going to move on to the celebrations. Okay, so we'll start with Good Citizens. They're in a bit of a different order this evening because I'm reading them from my emails. So we'll start with Mrs. Parker. She has nominated Edward for his determination this week and for quietly getting on with his learning. So well done, Edward. Mrs. Broderick has nominated Hetty for showing great kindness in sending letters to a resident in Pinehurst. And Mrs. Broderick's written, "I think she has been a brilliant bucket filler in these difficult times when people can feel quite lonely." So thank you, Hetty. That's really good to hear. Miss Todd has chosen Brandon. Miss Todd says, "My good citizen is Brandon for looking out for other children in the class, noticing and trying to cheer them up when he was worried they looked sad." That's good to hear. Thank you, Brandon. Miss Beresford has chosen Lila for her enthusiasm in English and for being a kind and helpful partner. And Mrs. Smith has chosen Matthew for having a focused attitude in class this week. Well done, Matthew. That's really good to hear. There are a couple of classes where we haven't mentioned your good citizen. So if your teachers could announce the good citizen now, and then if at the end of assembly, all the good citizens could come and collect their bands, it would be really lovely for me to be able to see you all and congratulate you all. Okay, the other celebration we have is Times Table Rockstars. So the children this week who have the most improved speed. So the most improved speed on Times Table Rockstars, we have Anya Chowdhury, Jude, Edward Bobbick, Milo and Cullen. And the children with the most improved accuracy, we have Jada, Emma Moore, Lucy, Sophie B and Alfie S. So well done to all of you, best seats in the house. In the national competition, we came 525th. I have no idea how many schools there were, so I'm sorry I can't comment on that. but our score was a whopping 229,348. So to everybody who contributed to that, who earned some points, thank you very much, and well done to all of you. The highest class score was 82,521, and that was year 6. And then I think that was followed by year 3, who had 74,366. That's incredible, year 3, well done. The top scoring children were Amelie and Christian. Amelie scored over 52,000 points, nearly 53,000, and Christian scored well over 48,000. In fact, he was almost 49,000. So Amelie and Christian, if you could come and see me for a head teacher sticker, I certainly think you've earned that, so well done. Okay, house points. We have decided that the 27th of November will be the non-uniform day for Sandringham and Balmoral. Okay, so your non-uniform day for earning 1,000 house points is the 27th of November. This week's house points, we have Balmoral with 361, Sandringham with 391, Buckingham with 407, and Windsor winning with just 2 house points, 409. That is so close, but I really like the fact that it is getting closer and closer every week. So well done to all of you. That's really encouraging. And I think your house captains will be very pleased as well. I know that they're busy recording messages for you at the moment. Talking of messages, the message I have before we finish assembly is I would really like to see the school council today, please, at lunchtime. If they could come to the IT suite at, I think 12:30. If you've got your lunch at that time and you want to bring it with you, then please do. But you'll also need a sharp pencil or a handwriting pen, as you're going to be writing some Christmas cards for some local residents. Okay. Remember the story. Remember the story of one. It only took one to stand up to red for everything to change. Have a think about that. Okay. Have a good day, everyone, and I will see you later.